Hello there, how are you? Welcome back to How I Did It. Well, I got the back side of the house done as far as the floors go, the wax, everything's sealed. I did take a week off, but now it's time to tackle the front side of the house. The first thing that I have to do here is get this popcorn off these ceilings. Now, as you know, the hallway went pretty smooth. Scraping it with a simple drywall knife makes a very dusty mess, but overall, it saves so much work in the long run. Once I finish scraping this off, it's just a matter of me putting my primer and my paint up there. And in my case, I'm using an exterior paint that already has the primer in it. It's a satin finish, so I'm hoping that cleanup will be nice in the future, but it won't have too much glare. Now this drywall knife I used is an 8-inch knife, and I did end up going ahead and using my grinder and putting a little bit of an edge on it. Not a lot of an edge. I just didn't want that real blunt surface. And then once I got the popcorn started, and I had a nice path, I only used about a third of the edge of that knife and pushed it through. And man, it cut that popcorn off of there like you would be cutting corn off the cob. It was just awesome. Now, another little caveat here. It took me longer to clean up the mess. Once I got started, it took me a while to get motivated. But it took me longer to clean up the mess than it did to scrape this popcorn down off the ceiling. Just know that if you do it this way, or you dry scrape it like I decided to do, you're going to have dust on everything. Dust on any chairs, furnitures, any flat surfaces will have dust. It's just amazing at how it gets everywhere. But on the upside of that, if you do it where you spray it with a water bottle or whatever, now you have a muddy mess on the floor that you have to clean up. Then you have to go back and sand your surfaces and potentially mud your surfaces to get everything nice and smooth before you can even paint. You can see this is the ceiling that I did. See the clock on the wall? It's ready for its first coat of primer and paint. And again, like I said, I'm using ultra white exterior paint that has primer in it. And then I'm just going to do 2 coats. The first coat, this ceiling is just going to absorb that paint as though it were bare drywall. The second coat is what's going to give me my nice finished look. Now what I'm hoping, this is a satin that I'm using up there, I'm hoping that the glare will be minimal on it. I may end up not liking it and having to go back over it with the flat, but for right now I really want the durability of that satin paint. That way the ceiling fans are going, the doors are open, you have dust. You know, you can take your little dust mop around your corners and get your cobwebs and whatnot, and theoretically cleanup will just be a breeze. So we'll see. The best laid plan, right? Something else that I did that really made things a lot easier. I had a fan at my back and it was blowing the dust out this front door. Or not out it, but kind of that direction. So even though I had dust everywhere, it minimized how much that was just hanging right there in the general area that I was scraping. And then this is just, again, the huge dusty mess that it makes. But man, being able to sweep this up into a pile, dump it into the trash can, give the floor a quick vacuum and a mop, oh my goodness. So much easier than having that wet, muddy stuff down on the floor. Now, again, total popcorn removed, 13 gallons, y'all. Alrighty then. Take care. Have an absolutely wonderful and blessed week. I'll see you next time.